Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Biochemistry Concepts. This video is about BPG shunt or Rappaport-Lubering cycle. This cycle is also called as the bypass pathway or supplementary pathway of glycolysis. We can compare this pathway with a bypass road where part of the main road divides and covers some area and again joins with the main road. In the same way, part or some reactions of the pathway, they divide from the main pathway and after that again they join with the main pathway. So this separation from the main pathway and again joining with the main pathway leads to bypassing the reactions of the pathway. So that's why it is called as the bypass pathway. Approximately 15 to 25% of the glucose that gets converted to lactate in red blood cells goes via this 2,3-BPG synthesis. That means, for example, if 100 lactate molecules are formed in RBC, after that 15 to 25 molecules of lactate are formed via this BPG shunt or Rappaport-Lubering cycle. And the remaining 75 molecules of lactate are formed by glycolysis. So normally in glycolysis, 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, which is formed from glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate by the action of enzyme phosphoglycerate kinase. So this step generates energy in the form of ATP. But in case of BPG shunt or Rappaport-Lubering cycle, this 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is converted into 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate, and this 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate is converted back to 3-phosphoglycerate. So in original pathway, 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate by a single reaction. But in case of BPG shunt, it takes two reactions for the conversion of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate to 3-phosphoglycerate. So when this bypass takes place and when 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is converted into 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate, no ATP is formed here. Simply 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is converted into 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate by changing the position of phosphate from first position to second position. And this change in the position is catalyzed by the enzyme called as the mutase. So that is 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate mutase. So this 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate in the next reaction catalyzed by the enzyme called as phosphatase is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate. Now this 3-phosphoglycerate is converted into 2-phosphoglycerate, that is converted again into phosphoenol pyruvate and 2-pyruvate and finally lactate. And this takes place in the red blood cells and the subcellular site is cytosol. Coming to significance, BPG shunt prevents the accumulation of ATP not needed by the RBC. So what do you mean by this? So generally red blood cells, they utilize more glucose than it requires. This is because to maintain the cellular integrity, they use more amount of glucose. So whenever they use more glucose, it results in the accumulation of ATP and 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. So when ATP accumulates, it inhibits the glycolysis. So in order to prevent this stopping of glycolysis by ATP, excess ATP, we need a mechanism that prevents the accumulation of excess amount of ATPs in the RBCs. And that mechanism is BPG shunt. So this BPG shunt converts glucose to lactate without producing any ATPs, because whenever the reaction is bypassed, two ATPs actually which are produced in the main pathway, they are not produced in the bypass pathway. So here the net amount of ATPs generated becomes 0 because two ATPs are utilized in the phase 1, two ATPs are produced in the phase 2. So the net gain of ATPs becomes 0. So thereby it prevents the accumulation of excess ATPs in the RBCs. So that is one significance. 2,3-BPG reduces the affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen. That means oxygen binding to hemoglobin is inversely related to 2,3-BPG. So when the concentration of 2,3-BPG is more, then the oxygen binding decreases. When the concentration of 2,3-BPG is less, the oxygen binding or oxygen affinity increases. So in the presence of 2,3-BPG, hemoglobin will unload oxygen more easily in tissues. 2,3-BPG is very important in the physiological adaptation to the lower partial pressure of oxygen at high altitudes. For example, for a healthy human at sea level, the binding of oxygen to the hemoglobin is regulated such that the amount of oxygen delivered to the tissues is 40% of the maximum that would be carried by the blood. That means if 100% is the oxygen present in the blood, then 40% is delivered to the tissues at sea level. Now, if this person is suddenly transported from sea level to an altitude of 4,500 meters, where the partial pressure of oxygen is considerably lower. So the delivery of oxygen to the tissues is reduced. However, after few hours at the higher altitude, the BPG concentration in the blood has begun to rise, leading to a decrease in the affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen. So as a result of increase in the concentration of BPG after few hours, delivery of oxygen to the tissues is restored to nearly 40% of the oxygen that can be transported by the blood. BPG concentration in erythrocytes also increases in people suffering from hypoxia. Coming to effect of 2,3-BPG on fetal hemoglobin. So fetal hemoglobin has subunits, that is alpha 2 and gamma 2. That is different from the adult hemoglobin, which has alpha 2, beta 2. So the affinity of 2,3-BPG for fetal hemoglobin is very low than adult hemoglobin. So because of this low affinity, fetal hemoglobin can extract oxygen from its mother's blood.